Hi friends, it's Ryan from renewedhealth.com. Appreciate you coming and checking out our video. Excited today to talk with you about a new red light panel that has come on the market. Now, many of you may be familiar with the legacy brand of sauna by the name of Heavenly Heat Sauna. And you've seen some of the review videos that we've done in the past. You also know we're a big fan of infrared light panels as well, which is different from a benefit standpoint than far infrared saunas. Well, what's interesting about this is Heavenly Heat Sauna came out with a product a while ago that we did a really comprehensive video on, which was their two-person sauna, which included a red light panel on the inside. Kind of a game changer for a lot of folks. If you think about trying to stack therapies, there's a lot of different things that you can do to increase longevity, to improve your health, to improve quality of life as well. And it's always nice when you can combine different therapies together to save time. Well, Heavenly Heat came out with the sauna that we did a really strong review on that incorporated this particular red light panel on the sauna itself. Okay. Now, we've got our hands on one of these panels by itself, not incorporated in the sauna. And they've made some revisions on this particular product that I want to call out today that we're really excited about. So this is the new Heavenly Max red light panel from Heavenly Heat Sauna. And it's got some really nice features in it. I want to highlight some of those for you today. So from a dimension standpoint, this is 42 inches in length by 14 inches wide, which is a really good size for getting full body exposure. You can see this here. You can see that this is going to be, if I lean right up on it, right at my shoulder width. Now, the thing that you should know about this particular panel is that it's designed to be used at a distance. They designed this panel originally to have it be mounted inside of your inside of the sauna that it comes with. And what that means is that optimum distance that you would use this at is really, to be fair, it's 18 to 24 to up to 36 inches away. You do not want to be right up on this panel because actually you lower your radiance. You want this thing to be spread out, the wavelengths of the lights really spreading out adequately. So if you had this panel at 14 inches wide, you could stand back from this thing and really get full coverage in a huge portion of your body, which is awesome, okay? So the dimensions on it are very large. Secondly, the thing that you're going to really notice about this panel that is really interesting is how many lenses are on this panel. So this 14-inch by 42-inch long panel has 396 individual lenses, okay? So they've really increased that. The concentration and the power output from that per square inch is greater than the prior panel. So that's a game changer. Now, also what's inside of these lenses itself has also changed. Each one of these lenses now has 2 LED chips. So each lens is now emitting both a red and a near-infrared wavelength, okay? So the generation 1 before this it alternated. Every other lens had a red light and every other lens had an infrared light, which would appear to be off. It would appear to be invisible. Now with this new panel, every single one of these can be lit up infrared. Every single one of these can be lit up just red, or every single one of these can be lit up with both wavelengths emitting at the same time, okay? Now, why is that important? Well, it's important for a couple different reasons. So from a light penetration standpoint, when you've got every other, well, it just means that your body isn't getting as much even spread of the wavelengths. With these dual chips in each of the lenses, it's no longer an issue. You've got really good blending of it as well. Another thing that I'll call out that they've improved is the actual angle of the reflector on the back side of these lenses is now optimized to where it throws more of the light forward at the right angle to be at a usage distance up to 36 inches in distance from the panel. And really, there's been some analysis done on this. This panel optimally is between 12 and 36 inches in distance. Actually, underneath 12 inches, if you're closer to it than 12, you realize it's not optimal. You're not getting the photon exposure that you would get further out. So that 12 to 36 inch, you've got very little drop off on the actual photon delivery to the body, because I think a large part because of the actual angle of the reflector on the backside of that. Okay, so that's really nice. The other good things about this is you've got a full 5-year warranty, which is long. Okay, a lot of panels out there in the market have 2 and 3 year warranties. This thing's got 5 years on it, and they've had to engineer this to be able to handle the usage with the sauna setup that they have right now. I want to be very clear. If you take this thing and put it inside your normal sauna that you have right now, it will not work. It will burn out. This is not be designed to run inside a standard sauna. When Heavenly Heat made their 2-person red light sauna, they made it almost like a window air conditioner unit, where the inside of the panel is fully exposed to the inside of the sauna cabinet, and the outside of the panel is on the outside of the sauna. Okay, so it's kind of sandwiched between the two and in the wall, effectively. So that's important, because if you put this on the inside, it's fan cooled. It's not going to cool. It's just going to blow hot air into it, and it's going to burn it out. You're going to have early failure, and that is not how it's designed to be used. So you can take this thing and put it on a door. You can mount it up however you like on a wall. You could put it on the floor and lean up, lean a small distance away from it. You could mount it any type of way you want, but do not put it inside your sauna from another manufacturing company. It will not work. Okay. I will call out that the unit is extremely quiet. This is one of the quietest red light panels that we've ever seen, and the EMF levels, the electromagnetic frequency levels, are really low. Now, if you take any EMF meter and put it right up on any panel on the market, you jam it right up on there, which is not how you're going to be standing when you're using this, or seated as well. You're going to get higher ELF, electric field levels, and magnetic fields. This panel still is pretty darn low, but you put it out at 12 inches, it's almost non-measurable. Okay, so if you're looking for a very low EMF, a clean electricity, appropriately grounded panel, this product from Heavenly Heat Sauna is fantastic. If you want something that's also easy to use, I'm going to call out here the control panel down at the bottom of this situation is very, very basic. Okay. Now, if you take a look at this on the control panel, it's got buttons to increase up and down on both the time. So if you want to increase the time or you want to decrease the time, you can just push that. And these buttons are tactical. Okay, so a lot of the digital panels on the market, they probably won't last 10 years. Okay, this very well may last a number of years. You've got an option to turn on the near infrared, an option to turn on the red, and an option to turn them on as both combined together, and a master power button to turn it on, to power it on and power it off. The main power control switch is on the back side of the panel. And one thing I will mention that I do not like about this panel is that if you have the timer on off that you've set it for, when it's done running and the lights turn off, the cooling fans on the back will stay running until you hit the master power switch. Okay? So I don't like leaving a device powered on even when I'm not using it. I like to hit the main power switch, and I advise you to do that as well, because you've got electric current running through devices. You should just hit the master power switch. But if you forget to do that on this one, the fan is going to continue to run. It's going to continue to cool. Now, I believe that they did that because when you've got this particular panel mounted inside the Heavenly Heat 2-person sauna, you've got heat in the cabinet, even if you're not using this. But if it's powered on, you should have the cooling fan running through it. Okay, so for instance, if you're inside your 2-person sauna, sitting down, and you had this panel running for the first 10 minutes of your sauna session, which would be how you'd use it, you'd be using it that way so you get the photon exposure before you start to sweat. Okay, so once you start to sweat on the inside of a sauna, the red light delivery, the near infrared delivery from the panel, it's going to be really blocked by the sweat molecules that you're going to have, the sweat particles. So use it for the first 10 minutes, but then the unit turns off. Okay, now it's still powered on, because and because you've got it plugged in, the master switch is on. You're going to have heat running in that cabin. You need to have this thing cooling with the fan on the back. Okay, so when you get out of your sauna session, your sauna turns off, hit the power switch and just turn it off at that point. If you're using it inside a room like we're in right now and not in the sauna, then when you're done with it, hit the power switch on the back end as well. All right, enough said. Okay. I will mention that if you use our discount code RENEWED at checkout, you do get a nice discount off the purchase of the panel as well. In fact, with all of their products you do. And we do get a small commission on that as well. So we do have an affiliation with them. That being said, this is a really nice panel. I will tell you that in addition to that, right now, Heavenly Heat has free shipping in the United States on this panel. So the price is the price minus the discount, and there's no shipping charge on that as well, which is great. All right, let's talk a little bit about what wavelengths are actually coming off of this particular red light. Now, I mentioned to you that each of these lenses has 2 chips in it, okay? So when you turn this thing on, every single one of these, if you've got it on the dual mode of red and near infrared, every one of these lenses is going to be lit up red, okay? If you turn the red light off and you turn the lights out, you're going to notice a tiny little illumination in every one of these. That's the near infrared, okay? If you do that in the daytime, you won't be able to see it, but if you put it in a dark room or in a closet and you put it on infrared setting, you will be able to see that, okay? Now, that being said, what wavelengths are coming off of this? The spread is on the visible wavelengths, 25% of this is going to emit 630 wavelength, okay? So picture 25% is going to be 630. The other 25% of the visible is going to be 660. Okay, those are the 2 most studied in red light therapy and photobiomodulation. They're going to be 660, 630, and 660. Okay, so basically every other one is going to be one of those 2 wavelengths. Inside of those as well are 3 different wavelengths of near infrared. So 810, which is fantastic for neurological benefits. It's a real deep hitting near infrared wavelength, is 17%. Another 17% goes to 830, and another 17% goes to 850. Okay, so the near infrared is going to be much deeper hitting. It's going to go further in, where the red, the visible red, is going to be more on the outside of the body. It's going to be absorbed more by your skin layer versus into your tissues and your muscles, into your bones. Okay, so effectively, this panel has 5 different wavelengths, split evenly between visible and invisible. And as I said, each of these chips is going to have that the infrared and the visible red. All right, so that's it. I'll tell you what, we're going to take this thing, we're going to set it up for you, let you see it as it's mounted on a door, and we're going to go through the operations of the panel as well. So I'll see you there in 2 seconds. All right, guys, I want to show you the back side of this panel as well. So on the back side, you have 3 cooling fans, which, as I mentioned earlier, are really quiet. The power cord is on the very bottom, as is the master power switch right here. And I will mention that this power cord is very, very long. Okay, so it's about 8 feet in length, which is really nice. Sometimes folks are like, well, I wish the power cord wasn't mounted at the top or it was down at the bottom. This is down at the bottom, 8 feet, because again, if it's mounted on the inside of that red light sauna, which I'd highly encourage you to take a look at, then you're going to have this cord go all the way around the back side of the sauna. So it's fantastic that it comes with a cord like that, and that's the back setup. All right, guys, so here you can see that we've got the panel, the Heavenly Max, mounted on a door. So it comes with this door overhang, comes with these cables as well. Also comes with a pulley system, so if you wanted to mount it, actually have this thing adjustable to maybe make it specifically for your height, you could easily do that. It comes with a bunch of different hardware options on the inside of the panel. And it also comes with a very simple to use instruction manual, which explains a lot of it in there as well. All right, so as you can see, we've got this thing mounted and it's powered up. It's set right now at 11 minutes. Say, for instance, you want to make it 12 minutes. How do you do that? Just push the button one time. It goes to 12. Okay, you can hit it twice, drop it back down to 10 minutes as well. Very simple. Now, if you can notice on the camera here that we've got the power switch on with the red, we have near infrared, and we have the red light options as well. Say, for instance, you want to change it just to make it just red or just near infrared or both wavelengths. You can, very simple, should be a full safe control panel for a long period of time. This button here on the right will actually power all the lights on, okay? On the back, I showed you earlier, the back control master power switch. So let's go ahead and hit this light. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. How they all light up red if you've got it on that option. All right, that's probably adjusting your camera right now, but this is a very intense emission. So for your benefit, you can see here right now, I've got really good coverage shoulder to shoulder. This is mounted too high. So I've just did this for your purpose so you guys can see it. But if I'm going to set this up for myself where you can't see it, I would lower this down. I would lower this down with the pulley option right to about a little bit below my head level so I can get as far down as I possibly would like to. But when you step out, your coverage area expands on this particular light. Okay? You want to be using this at 18 inches distance. Maybe even 20-inch distance from the panel. Now I'm getting not just shoulder to shoulder, but I'm getting my elbows. Okay, I'm getting really good coverage width-wise. And if you've mounted this thing the right way, you're going to really get on a 5'8" person like myself. It's really going to be able to get from all the way to from your head down to the bottom part of your knees. Okay, so the vast majority of your body is going to get covered with a system like, with a panel this size, with this design that you be used at this level of distance, okay? I'm also gonna note this too. If you're using this with the red light sauna from Heavenly Heat, you're using that in a seated down position, and you're really at the optimal distance. And in that sauna, you're getting from your head all the way down to your knees as well. Now, you would be sitting at this kind of angle, but that way, you're perfect distance on that sauna setup to get therapeutic kind of light coverage. So if you're in that sauna and you're like, well, what do I do about my back? The nice thing about that sauna is that you can stand up and turn around backwards and let your back get light all from your head all the way down to about knee section as well on the inside of that sauna. It's tall enough on the inside where almost everyone can stand up without having to be crouched over in that particular sauna. So it's a really nice option. So hopefully this will give you an idea of kind of what the setup looked like. Let's power that off. All right, guys, let's talk EMF levels on this. So on the magnetic fields, which is where we are right here, the baseline is 0.1. We turn this thing on. The distance that you'd be using this at, extremely low. It's really non-measurable. It's almost non-measurable, okay? If we come in closer, you see this is still really low. I mean, like 1.2 milligauss at like 6 inches. But again, this unit's designed to be used at a further distance than 6. You're out at 0.1, really low. Now, if you're wondering what the electric fields are, the ELF levels, let's flip that over. Okay, 3 millivolts. That's really low, okay? Even in at a close distance, like 6 or 7 inches here, we're like 17-ish, 18 millivolts. Really, really low from a body voltage standpoint. So, guys, this is a super, super clean electricity kind of panel for sure. I'll move it up here a little bit. Yeah, I mean, again, the electric field's really low. So just wanted to show you that. So Heavenly Heat right now has 3 different red light options. They have the Heavenly Mid, which is the smallest, the Heavenly Pro, which is the medium size, and the Heavenly Max, which we've had a comprehensive overview here as well. I want to talk to you about the smallest one, the Mid, okay? Heavenly Mid has 66 lenses that are on that unit, and it is 15.4 inches by 8.7 inches. So it's a small, think countertop unit, as you can see in the picture that we have up here now. And that'd be great if you just wanted to use it for your face. You wanted to maybe use it for, for neurological benefits or for skin aging on your face, cosmetic reasons. That you just wanted to maybe use it on a low back, set it up and, position it to have on a small table behind your low back and a stool like I'm sitting in right now. The next size up, the Heavenly Pro, is 32.7 inches long, so it's shorter than this Max, and it's only 8.7 inches wide, where this one is 14 inches wide. Now, that Pro model has 240 lenses, so it's a decent size, and this might be something for you to consider. If you've never had a red light panel before, what most folks will do is they'll buy a small unit. I'll be fair with you, most people buy too small of a panel to really get the benefits that they're hoping for, and then they abandon it. They realize, well, I didn't really get what I was hoping for out of it because you just didn't get enough photons being delivered. You didn't get enough intensity of light. So I would really encourage you, if you're going to try your first red light panel, go in and get something significant. Just like a nutritional product, like an herb or something of that sort, you've got to take enough dosage, you've got to have enough exposure, you've got to have a high enough quality of it to actually notice something. And while I have plenty of small red light panel options and devices in my home, the big panel like this is really where it's at. You really want to get enough delivery of photons. So there's options, and if your budget doesn't allow for it and you need to try something smaller, just remember, you're probably going to have to use it for longer durations, exposed to multiple parts of your body, and more frequently than you would have to use a really large panel like this. On a panel like this, personally, I'd recommend 6 days a week for 10 to 15 minutes, probably 12 minutes is ideal. 6 days a week. You should give yourself 1 day of rest, at least every 10 days, probably every 7 days would be ideal, because you do create natural stressors on the body as a result of using red light, which is just like with exercise, you do need to have a little bit of rest to recover from the exercise. Red light has some of the the same situations as well. All right. So in summary, what I would tell you on the Heavenly Heat panels, on this panel particularly, really nice size. It's very clean on EMF and ELF levels. It's got good wavelength distribution between near infrared and red, of the 810 wavelength that I like a lot. It's got a very simple to use control panel, which should last a long time. It's got a 5-year warranty, comes with free shipping in the United States. If you use our discount code RENEWED, you get an additional discount as well. And also too, if you decide in the future you'd like to purchase the Heavenly Heat Sauna that has the red light option, you can certainly speak with Colin over there and see if they may sell you that you may buy this in advance, see if you really like it. Want to buy their sauna in the future, you could easily incorporate that as well into that particular sauna. So friends, I hope that helps. I hope you found our content to be useful. Feel free to give us a call. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Heavenly Heat as well. And be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. We really appreciate your support. Hope this has been useful, and we hope you stay healthy out there. Be well, friends. Thanks so much. Again, Ryan from renewedhealth.com. Bye.